Hello everyone, I'm Bra Mithra. I'm here with the lead designer of the Kingdom Death Sim. Thank you so much for doing this. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I know we were talking right before I started recording. You guys are doing really well with the Sim.
Thank you.
I know for a fact you are building a fan base of Sim-only players, so congratulations. That's really cool. The Sim is really good. I've streamed it and stuff. I've played it a bit, Master Key Holder.
Right.
So I've gotten all the stuff for it. I've been able to test a lot of it and play with it. Very good. All kinds of good stuff. So, thank you for taking this interview. I'd like to ask you some questions about the Sim.
Yeah.
Go ahead. First off, I know you guys just introduced Echoes of Death.
Right.
And you introduced a lot of stuff in there. Lots of strain system stuff's in there.
Right.
And new strain fighting arts are in there and everything. Plus the new models.
Yeah.
I saw you went back and added for the Echoes ones, they even have the option to use the Indomitable Survivors weapons, which is super cool.
Yeah.
That's even more functionality than I would ever expect.
Yeah.
So going to the future, how prevalent will weapon changing be?
Well, the goal here is to have every miniature in the game eventually change weapons. The reason why Indomitable Survivors are the only ones who do this right now is because we want to make a very limited area of testing with the community of this new feature, and not just this feature, but every automation feature. And then after it's battle tested, then we introduce it to the rest of the miniatures. So that's why when we release a new Indomitable Survivor with a new mechanic, then we go back to add it to every other Indomitable Survivor. There is a slight issue in terms of weapon changing with the armor sets, which is eventually, we're going to do that too, because armor sets are very unique in how they hold their weapons, like they have different stances. So we're trying to troubleshoot this and see how we make it work. But with Indomitable Survivors, which have very specific stances, it's much easier. So that's why we're focusing on them for now.
So did you have to go and retool? So you're saying some of the older weapons have fresh new retooled designs to fit with the Indomitable?
Sure, yeah.
That's cool.
And every time we introduce a new Indomitable Survivor that has a new weapon type, like I think in Echoes of Death we introduced swords as a new weapon type. So now every Indomitable Survivor that wears swords will be able to switch them too.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then, so is it going to be? Is it just the monster specific? So for example, with Indomitable, you have Morg.
Yeah.
Where he has the Gax.
The Gax, yeah.
And then the Gax is now usable for Zell has it.
Yes.
But is it for that? Are you going to go back and keep going for all of them?
Yes. This is retroactive. So every time, every time we introduce something, we go back and reintroduce it to everyone. Because eventually, as I said, the goal is for every miniature, regardless of what it is, to have these things. Yeah.
And I meant every weapon. So
every weapon, yes.
Yes. Oh, so that's cool. So even the I'm blanking. I'm just for Gloom, for the Gloom hammer and stuff. There we go.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be retroactively added to everyone. Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
And then that's going to be now for keeping in line with the Indomitables, and then now it's triggered to Echoes.
Yeah.
Now recently Skrull was added.
Yes.
Which is an old white box.
Right.
So even white boxes will continue to have weapon changes.
Oh yeah. For me, the thing is, it's not Indomitable Survivors necessarily or white boxes. It's any miniature that isn't modular. Okay. Those are the easiest to affect with these changes. Yeah.
Awesome. And then sticking with Skrull, we got her new unique innovation with the fig tree.
Right.
And I saw you guys even added
the innovation.
You added Sim-specific art.
Oh yeah, we do that.
Yeah.
Yes. This started, I think, with a Founder's Stone, where we had this Sim-specific founding stone.
The one that was on the bottom of the. That was very cool. I love that.
I don't know if I spoiled it for anyone who didn't open it yet.
Okay.
So then, yes, we really want to give an extra flavor on the Sim that isn't necessarily on the board game.
Yes.
Just a little thank you note for our fans.
Yeah. And so that was specifically for them.
Yes.
I was wondering, because it's super cool, because the tree in the Skrull white box, it grows in stages.
Right.
And it's double-sided.
Right.
But since there's a stage step missing, that's when you added the custom artwork. So that's something you want to continue doing?
Sorry, that is something?
Yeah, where it's going to be custom art for an asset that isn't in the game.
Yeah, we do this in specific in specific content. I don't know like if Adam wants to do this across the board, but yeah.
Yeah, because that was super cool. I was super surprised to see it. As someone who knows like white boxes in and out, it was cool to see it.
Yeah.
Now, for Skrull, she had, well, I guess it wasn't Skrull specific. Now it is specific to innovation.
Right.
Where you were saying you hover where you grab your Endeavor, hover the token over, and it instantly does it for you.
Right.
Now, currently it's just the roll.
Yes.
And you say you're planning to go farther, where it will actually be automated.
Yes, we actually, well, the idea here is for the entire simulator to also have an automation layer as well as the simulation layer that we initially wanted to only have. And that includes innovations, that includes like the crafting sequence. Yeah, we want to allow players to be able to craft by just right-clicking on the settlement location and select like their gear and then craft it. I think this may be actually a feature that is very it's coming very soon because I remember we're working on this right now.
Okay, yeah.
So generally we're working a lot on automation stuff in these days, and this is why potentially our releases for the simulator are very lackluster. Right now they're just having like a couple of miniatures because there is a lot of automation work that's happening for the Black Friday release.
Okay.
Because that's when we do the major push. So yeah, definitely weapon crafting, innovations. We would like to have all of the innovations automated, and eventually the entire game, if possible.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That'd be really fun.
And a lot of that you will see on Black Friday. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You want to talk more about how?
Sure.
Black Friday? Sure.
I think I'm allowed to talk a little more about it. So currently like if you've seen already like in the simulator that currently is published, we have this attack automation that that currently stops at the HL resolution. Like when you're drawing the HL cards, we do not roll for damage.
Yeah.
So you have to resolve all of those steps manually.
Yes.
So right now we're working on fully automating all HL cards and all AI cards, because by Black Friday we're shooting for having a fully automated showdown phase where every survivor and every monster will act completely in a completely automated way, similar to a turn-based strategy game, like a turn-based RPG, like a Final Fantasy, where you have like the characters, the portraits, and then it's your move, then it's your move, then it's your move.
Old school like tactics.
Yes. And then when the master is moving, then it does everything on its own. So if it attacks you, the only thing that you have to do is select whether you dodge or whether you allow the attack to hit, and you get to do the choices, but none of the manual work. So this is happening by Black Friday, but it's a little tricky. Because in order, for example, for the monster to attack you in an automated way, it's not just the resolution of the AI card. The attack itself is impacted by whether or not you have like any disabilities, any disorders, or any martial arts. Yes. So we have to automate that stuff too.
Yeah.
And maybe we won't for the Black Friday release. Maybe like if you have a survivor that has those things, then the automation won't work out correctly for you.
Yeah.
So it's your choice whether to use it in an early stage or not. But we are definitely shooting for doing at least a handful of monsters automated fully in that way.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, definitely the white lion, the antelope, maybe the butcher.
Okay, core.
Yeah.
Start with core.
We start with core and then move on.
Awesome.
Because it's just. Like if you count the AI and HL cards, it's tens of thousands of cards. Like, and each one individually needs to become a scripted sequence of events. So that's a lot of work. Like we're headstrong into it, but there's so much to cover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, so with core, just because you mentioned it, so can you always expect new innovation, or when you make new things? I don't want to use innovation. That's keep death term.
Yes.
So when you design a new element, you're designing core first. That way, everybody, even with standard keys, will benefit.
Yes, of course. Yes.
So that's great.
Yeah.
So when Black Friday comes, and we see the update, standard key holders also having a party.
Right.
No, and that's great because a lot of the fundamental mechanics are in core, and a lot of the expansions just do a really good job of expanding upon what's already there. So I totally understand.
Right.
Now with the monsters and stuff, when you do them, I know they have, survivors have like automated, animated stuff. So
Right.
when the dice rolls up, a monster can be fully animated too.
Right?
Oh, they will.
Yes, of course.
that's
yes.
cool.
That's but this is also going to be available for everyone. This is not just for the master keys or that.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone needs to be to benefit from that.
Yeah, because it's neat. The animation where it draws the cards and the little slice goes across, the dice comes
Right. Yeah.
That's cool. Are there, speaking of animations, are there any more like, we'll just say, have you ever wanted to add like more animation to something that doesn't need it? Like I know, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember when Morg launched and he rolled and his dice they like hovered
Right.
and there was all that. That was so cool.
Yeah. So about that, and actually, yes. We want to do so much polishing in the game and adding so many animations and like particle effects and all of that. But we have to prioritize our time in order to, we have to deliver content.
Yeah,
we can
yeah,
just
yeah.
polish.
Yeah.
But we would love to have like an added animator in the team to be helping us with this stuff. And we're currently trying to increase our team and find new people that can help us. Like I think Adam wouldn't mind me saying that we are also searching for voice actors for the simulator.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because narration of the books is a thing that he's thinking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we try to increase our team size with meaningful people in meaningful positions to bring up the quality of the game. Yeah. So definitely more animations, definitely over the top everything. That's Adam's.
Oh yeah, over the top. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now with this was said in the last update. I'm going to try. I'm just going to paraphrase it. I don't know exactly how it was worded.
All right.
But it was mentioned that going forward, Gambler's Chest, the 30 narrative character sculpts that we all love and know, those are all going to have weapon integration. Is that true?
I would have to. I would have to check with the team. A lot of them will.
A lot of them will.
I'm not sure about everyone, and I think. Because
as you mentioned with the way they're
the armor kits, yes,
yeah,
the armor kits are a unique problem to solve, which we currently haven't solved yet. We have a few ideas. We're testing stuff. We're trying to see what sticks. Definitely, it is the goal eventually to have weapon swapping for everyone. But I don't know by the time Gambler's Chest hits the sim if that's going to be a thing.
And we have no date on that anyway.
Yeah, but definitely, eventually we will. I mean, we will solve the problem. Yes, it's just a matter of when.
Now. Again, I'm just going to ask you to just say we don't know.
All right.
But we know, speaking of Gambler's Chest, now the current ones that are coming out, like Black Knight and Frog Dog and all those things, and Millennium and stuff,
right?
Those will be coming eventually, maybe before, maybe after, right? We just don't know yet.
Well, some of them will be published very, very shortly. And others are coming too. I mean, yes, we constantly produce all of the stuff that we put out on the board game. Yeah.
Yeah. I just meant the main fear was it was Gambler's Chest priority. I just want to make sure.
No, actually, Gambler's Chest right now is second priority even. Like I think I'm at liberty to say that we have about 80% of Gambler's Chest already done.
Oh wow.
There's of course before testing, so more testing required afterwards. But right now the priority shifted to automations.
Yes.
Because we have to listen to the community, and more people are worried about fully automating the sim than they are worried about getting their hands on the Gambler's Chest.
Yeah.
So we have to, do what they ask because they are our fans. They want us to do that, and then we do that. But we don't I know for a fact that whenever we have on the automation side, whenever we have a gap where we don't know what to work on next, then the entire team is working on the Gambler's Chest. So this is our fallback, our second priority. Yeah. Things happen, but I think next year is gonna see Gambler's Chest on the sim definitely.
Awesome. Now, speaking of voice acting and all this other stuff, there's a lot of people who do like the automation and everything. It's neat to have and everything. So with a full automated showdown, what does that look like? And what is your goal? How much are we talking here? Are we talking full video game, or are we talking full TTRPG experience where we have a DM doing it for you?
I think Adam wants full video game, and I think I can't really express what level of full video game he's talking about without him. Yeah, we're talking about a full turn-based RPG right here. So I can't say more,
Yeah.
but it is gonna be a thing in Black Friday. So stay tuned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to share specifically?
I'm not sure. I can't think of anything right now at the top of my head.
Let's say, well, how much did you play the game? You probably play a whole bunch too, right? You own everything?
I have played it on my own spare time because I like that.
Have you ever pushed for a white box to be in there and be like, hey, I really like that one?
I do, but Adam has his own schedule, so I rarely succeed. Yeah, I also played a lot for the internal testing. You have to test the game.
Sure.
Yes.
But did you have a favorite survivor?
I love Lucy. I'm back to the classics. Yeah, back to the classics.
There we go.
And all variations of Lucy, not just the core
Yes.
Lucy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Questing Lucy. She was cool. She's one to just really see her. We see her requesting Lucy.
Yeah.
I know Questing Lucy was on Adam's desk for like a long time. I remember seeing it like it was on one of those sacred backer updates during COVID. So yeah, everyone awaits Lucy of every variant.
Me too.
Yeah. So thank you so much for explaining all this stuff.
My pleasure.
Like I said, you really do. You're doing really good, and I know for a fact because I've talked to them, you do have a dedicated sim community, and I wish the sim the best.
I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to some sim-specific stuff. Like I said, I always like checking it out, even though I check out everything, the regular game as well.
Right.
I do keep track of it. I keep an eye on it. I love the fact the fig tree got its own art. That was so cool.
Yeah.
So glad you guys are so dedicated. I'm so glad you're just as passionate as Adam is. I can tell you are.
Exciting times.
It is. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So again, thank you so much
My
for
pleasure.
doing this. And it's neat to see you guys at the table too.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that at all.
And next GenCon, maybe more. The scene keeps growing.
Yeah. All right, that'd be very cool.
Yeah, it will be.
Thank you for so much time.
My pleasure.